Long ago, in a peaceful village of Ayalode where red earth met tall palm trees, there lived a young woman whose kindness would become both her greatest blessing and her greatest test. This is the story of Abeni, the potter with a golden heart, and the calabash that revealed the true meaning of wealth. Abeni is a humble potter known not for riches but for kindness. From morning till evening she shaped clay with gentle hands, singing old songs passed down from her mother. Her hut was small, her clothes simple, yet her heart was vast. Whenever neighbors were hungry or children cried, Abeni shared what little she had. People said her home was tiny, but her kindness filled the entire village. Each day, Abeni sold her pots at the market and returned with just enough to survive. Still, she never complained. At night, she thanked the ancestors for life, health, and peace. Some villagers mocked her generosity, calling her foolish, but Abeni believed kindness always found its way back, and so even with empty pockets, she slept with a full heart. One evening, strange winds swept through Iyalode. Palm trees whispered, and doors creaked like spirits speaking. As Abeni closed her stall, she noticed an old woman standing alone at the edge of the market. The woman's back was bent, her clothes worn, her eyes deep with age. She asked Abeni for water. Without hesitation, Abeni offered her the last of what she had, even though it meant skipping her own meal. The old woman smiled, a smile older than time. From beneath her wrapper she brought out a small, golden calabash glowing softly in the moonlight. "This calabash will bring you wealth," she said. "But remember, its power lives only in a pure heart." Before Abeni could speak, the woman vanished into the night like morning mist. The next day, Abeni helped a blind man cross the road and fed a hungry orphan. That night, she opened the calabash. Inside were shining gold coins. Shocked and grateful, Abeni fell to her knees in tears, not from greed, but from gratitude. She promised herself she would never change. Abeni's generosity grew. She fed widows, repaired homes, and cared for the sick. With every act of kindness, the calabash filled with gold. Her home became a place of refuge. Songs were sung about the potter whose kindness brought prosperity. But as Abeni prospered, envy followed. Villagers whispered, wondering how a poor potter became wealthy. Smiles hid jealousy. Friends grew distant. Abeni noticed, but trusted everyone, just as she always had. One day, a trader paid double for her pot. Pride stirred in Abeni's heart. She began counting her gold more often. A thought crept in quietly. What if I helped less and earned more? She ignored the warning in her heart. Slowly, Abeni changed. She still helped people, but now she expected something in return. Praise, favors, payment. The calabash still gave gold, but less than before. Instead of reflecting, Abeni grew anxious and desperate. Gold was no longer enough. Abeni compared herself to richer traders and feared poverty's return. Her smile faded. Her generosity became calculated. The calabash felt heavier with every passing day. One hot afternoon, a dusty traveler collapsed near Abeni's hut, begging for water. Abeni hesitated. "What will you give me?" she asked. The traveler had nothing. Still, she demanded payment before helping him. That night, Abeni opened the calabash. Instead of gold, a sharp crack echoed. The calabash split and turned to dust in her hands. Her wealth was gone. Abeni cried through the night, not for the gold, but for the kindness she had lost. The emptiness in her heart was heavier than poverty. She finally understood the warning. At dawn, Abeni sold what little remained and gave the money away. She apologized to those she had wronged. Poor again, she felt peace slowly return. Some villagers mocked her fall. Others admired her honesty. Abeni learned that loss can be a harsh teacher, but a truthful one. Years passed. Abeni worked hard and lived simply. No magic returned, but genuine friendships did. Children came not for gifts, but for warmth and stories. Abeni became known for wisdom and comfort. People sought her advice more than her pots. She discovered riches no thief could steal: love, peace, and respect. One evening, the old woman returned.
Abeni, you have learned.
I no longer need gold. May warmth guide you.
Abeni taught children the power of generosity. Her story spread beyond the village. She never became rich again, but she became unforgettable. When Abeni grew old, the village celebrated her life. They said her heart was richer than any king's treasure, and so her story lives on. A reminder that true wealth is not what we hold in our hands, but what we carry in our hearts. If this story touched your heart, remember, kindness is the greatest treasure of all.